Well, I guess it's not morning now, so it's good afternoon to all of you. I feel very blessed to be asked to share. Scott brings back lots of memories in my life. I first joined the church and met Scott in those early days. In fact, that's what I think I'd like to share that testimony. I have been in a lot of trouble in my life, in my past. And one morning I woke up and decided I needed to go to church. I don't know exactly why, but either it was to put a suit on or something. And I went to Maywood Baptist Church, which is here in Independence, or is here in this area, Independence, Missouri part. Anyway, God opens doors when you walk through them. And I was helping out an art teacher at Van Horn High School. And somehow, a couple of students there, we got to talking about long hair and religion. And I told them I was going to Maywood Baptist Church at that time, and they invited me to South Chrysler congregation. And that was really a wonderful experience. I had never experienced that many testimonies and that many prayers in one night. At Maywood, you kind of fell asleep in church because it was kind of boring. I don't know if that's a fair thing to say or not, but I was so blessed that night. Anyway, as I said, as you walk through a door, another door opens. And they needed a guitar player for a musical that the kids were doing at South Chrysler congregation in Santa Fe Stake back then. And I said I'd do it. And I had never experienced what it meant to be family everywhere. I had never experienced other than one church. Those are the people you meet, but people from Graceland College, World Conference, people from all over the world that people knew. And it was funny how that feeling of family, wherever you were, was there. Anyway, we stopped at a place called Cheyenne, Wyoming. I guess you guys all know that, but this family took me all over the place. I had one of the best experiences I've never been to Cheyenne before at that time, and was really blessed. And so I got up that evening after we did the musical, the kids shared their testimonies. I was just going to thank them. All of a sudden, I don't know how many minutes passed. I had stood up and sat down. And as I sat down, there were tears in people's eyes. And I said, what in the world did I say? So I made a beeline out the bus. And I found out I spoke under the influence of the Spirit. And I knew it had to be real because I didn't know anything about that. I was going to a Baptist church. I didn't know about anything about what God would say through me. Anyway, after we got back, I was baptized in the church by Heman Martin. I don't know if any of you remember him or not, but he's a wonderful guy. And Ronnie Childs, I don't know if any of you guys remember him, but I remember all those names from then, even though I can't remember anybody's names right now, but I remember those names. I was truly blessed. And as years have gone by, things have changed. And, life has brought regrets at times in all of us. Choices we may wish we hadn't have, but God has always been there. He's always been there. I wrote a song, a couple of years ago about that feeling of regret. And it's about the prodigal son. And it goes, many times in my life, I've been the prodigal son, prodigal son, prodigal son. Many times in my life, I've hung you on that cross, put that thorny crown upon your head and those nail prints in your hands. It's a mystery to me what you see in me all the times in my life I've fallen away. It's a mystery to me. Yet each time I come home, you put the ring on my finger, the robe on my shoulder. and you invite me to a feast of feasts just for me. And that's what he does for all of us. He blesses our hearts, no matter what our lives have been, no matter what we've done. God opens the door and calls you in and puts that ring on your finger, that robe on your shoulders, and invites you to his feast of feasts, just for you. I'm going to play a little song on the flute. I don't know what. Oftentimes when I play flute, I never know exactly what's going to come out. I had an experience at the temple there in Ohio, at the Kirtland Temple, and I had a little root flute that I played there. And I became keenly aware it was not me playing that flute. It was not my voice, or it was not my breath, and it wasn't my fingers. So I tried to focus on that. I want God's breath in my fingers as they move. So we'll see what happens.